Hi everybody, my name is Logan Brescia. I'm an aspiring cinematographer and filmmaker, and today we're going to talk about how to get out of a rut. Yeah. For the past month or month and a half, ever since I pretty much uploaded my last video, I've been really struggling and feeling like I'm super stuck in my creativity and everything. I've thought of a few ideas, but thought they were too grand and too kind of over the top for me to complete by myself, so I've even been telling myself that the things that I've been thinking about aren't good enough, basically. So my first idea was to actually just take some time off. I gave myself a few weeks, didn't really think about anything regarding to filmmaking, didn't go out and shoot. I thought these things were going to inspire me, and I was just kind of waiting for it to come to me, and nothing was coming. So I even started reading some books about screenwriting. I watched a ton of videos. I started to jot down ideas only to throw them out even a page or two into the entire script. So after I wasn't getting any ideas coming to my mind or running through with anything, I started to get a little bit scared, honestly. I felt like I was not going to be able to be creative again, which is an insane, stupid comment, but I mean, it's something that actually played through in my head. I completely felt incompetent. I felt just so unworthy, and I was having all this, self-pity and self-loathing. And yeah, I'm laughing at it now, but in the moment, it was really difficult to deal with. It even got to a point where I didn't want to film anything at all because I thought that it wasn't good enough to put out there. It wasn't good enough for myself, and I was just going to completely, just fail, I guess. I don't know. I was afraid of the unknown, mostly, I believe. So I started to just spiral deeper and deeper into this abyss of non-creativity, and I kept waiting for something to come to mind, but nothing. And so I just sort of gave up. I didn't do anything. That lasted for about 2 or 3 weeks, and after wallowing in this, I had it. It was a few weeks too long. I hadn't touched my camera. I just needed to go out and do something, and I'm really glad I took that step. And definitely my girlfriend was a big reason why I took that step. She was just telling me, let's just go out and just go do something. And I was like, no, it's not gonna be good enough, whatever. But I'm really glad for that because we just went out. I had no expectations. I chose to limit myself by just bringing one lens. I put my microphone on top of my camera and brought one reflector, and we set out during, it was almost sunset. Went out into this trail-y area, I guess, this little nice scenic outdoor area, and she brought her drawing equipment. And the film that turned out from it, I really enjoy it. It's not perfect, it's not super deep, but I think there's some meaning that I didn't really mean to be in there. I don't know, you guys check it out, see what you think.
This is nice.
So the whole process of this video kind of made me just slow down, take a second, kind of enjoy the shots I was getting, even when I was filming it. I instantly, when I picked up my camera and started filming, like, I had such a better feeling, and I was so happier already, and I was just taking in the surroundings. I wasn't trying to tell the most beautiful of stories or anything, but I think the meaning of it for me is to kind of just take a second, you know, realize what's in front of you, enjoy everything that you got. And you know, when you choose to not do anything in those times of self-pity and self-doubt, you're not gaining anything from that. I wish I would have realized that earlier, and I wish I would have just gone out and just forced myself to just do anything. And I know that's easier said than done, but with this one small film, it really made me understand my camera a little bit better. It made me confident in shooting in natural light. It taught me a lot about color grading. I think I really learned a whole ton about color grading and about DaVinci Resolve in particular while shooting this. It really challenged me. It was a super fun experience. It kind of sparked that enthusiasm back in me that I've been feeling like I was lacking for quite some time, even before the last video that I made. And you shouldn't wait for that moment necessarily, like wait for the inspiration to come to you. It's helpful to read books on screenwriting and read articles and this and that, but sometimes you just have to splurge out onto the page. It's like how people who draw sometimes on the first page of a new drawing notepad, they'll just scribble on the entire page just to get those jitters out, or whatever it is, that fear, that daunting look of a blank canvas, you know. Doing this one little video led to so much more inspiration than just looking for it everywhere else and waiting for it to come to me. Like, the fact that I went out and did something, you know, is so much more satisfying. It's so much more helpful. It let me get just more comfortable in general with my filmmaking and everything. I think a big thing is living within those limitations too. It really just declutters your mind and declutters your creative process. Like just taking one lens, or, you know, having just one idea or one location or something where you just focus all your energy to that one thing will, you know, it might not make the most compelling and the best narrative that you've ever seen or heard or witnessed, watched. But I don't think that matters. I think the process of just creating as much as you can and just doing it, getting past that initial fear and going for it is more important than anything. You can't expect to make something that's perfect every single time. You know, that's what I gave myself. I gave myself these expectations that I could do better, and I knew I could do better, but I just didn't have the resources, or I didn't have the crew, or my ideas just wouldn't come out like I wanted to into a script. And whatever, you know, in those times I could have, you know, really focused on learning my camera more, learning a software, or finishing one of those script ideas that I just threw out and just wrote it just because, even if it seemed far-fetched, just so I can learn more of the writing process and editing my own stuff. And I didn't do any of that. But this one time, just going out to this meadow with no predetermined anything has inspired me so much to just create more. It inspired me to make this video, and I want to go further with this. And, you know, I want to break down how I exposed my shots, how I did the color grading process, and things that I learned, you know, just by doing it. Yeah, I guess that's the message I have for you guys, and I hope it helps out with some of you. I know it's really hard to get over that hurdle, but once you do, and once you just keep getting in that flow of creating and just, you know, biting the bullet sometimes and doing it even when you just really don't feel like you can, I think that's when sometimes the best products might come out of us.